Hi everyone, just a quick update. Just really basically, just wanted to say thank you to all the people that have gone down and supported the guys at the Royal Court Justice, Roland and Mark. You know, Sharon, Ray, Jaylee, Donna, you know, I don't know, many others. Basically, I'm absolutely over the moon to know these people. You know, I'm so proud to know these people. As you know, probably I've spent a couple of nights this week at the Royal Court of Justice, and it's been, well, for want of a better word, shocking, freezing, absolutely freezing. And I can only say these men are true heroes and warriors for our cause. Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you very much, Roland. Thank you very much, everybody else that's put time and effort into going and meeting these men, supporting the cause, and just, you know, basically giving some support to the situation, because at the end of the day we're all involved. We all want this to change. We need this to change, irrelevant of whether we've been through it and we've lost, or, you know, we're going through it, or we know someone that's going through it. It's not a good thing. It's terrible. It's the transparency involved in family law is shocking. There isn't much of it, as we know. Things need to change. The system needs to change fully. Forced adoption is something that should be unheard of in a Western civilised country, especially one of the most apparent great countries in the world. You know, the UK. Would have thought we'd have come up with the times. There's forced, you know, there's laws against forced marriage. Why is there not laws against forced adoption? There should be, absolutely. Obviously, it's difficult. There is child abusers out there, and the court's got some difficult decisions to make within its walls, and we understand that as well. You know, when there's cases that it's necessary for the children's identities to be completely covered, that's fine. You know, and no one's asking for the courts to actually openly say the children's names, addresses and things like that. But the point is this, that the system isn't transparent enough. The outside world has not much clue about what's actually happening in these family courts, and that's not good enough. You know, because us as parents, I know that I feel like, you know, people may point at me walking down the street. I'm not concerned, because they only need to ask me and I can explain everything, you know, and that's happened a few occasions. But it's why I've made such a noise about everything since my daughter was stolen, was because I wasn't in the wrong. I should not have lost my daughter. My daughter shouldn't have been adopted, and that's the end of the subject. And that is exactly how I feel. And if anyone has got any problem or wants to ask me any questions, I don't have any problem with answering them. You know, and that the answers don't change. The situation is the same. You know, and I have fought and I've exhausted every legal avenue in this country. I do have my case in the European Court of Human Rights. It's a difficult place to get to, actually, to pass the first judge. But I've done it because I'm passionate, because I want to do this. I want to change things, and hence the reason why I've spent 2 nights in the freezing cold at the Royal Court, because things have got to change. This is the best demonstration of our time, I think, in family law and changing and wanting transparency, opening the secret courts and ending forced adoption. I've got to apologise at this point, because obviously a lot of people on these groups are aware of who I am, and a lot of people are aware of the negativity that they may feel that I've brought to this campaign. Although, to be quite honest with you, I'd like to say thank you for the support, because it's become very... people are realising the situation, that I've never tried to bring any negativity, and I have at points wanted to walk away in the last 2 weeks, just because I felt like my presence was causing a problem. But, you know, like I've said before, the truth will out itself in the end, and it has. And I can only say thank you to people who have supported me throughout, and also the people that haven't supported me throughout. I fully understand why. I've seen the things that were said about me, and I understand why you would have taken a different look at me, a different stance on me. I understand that. You know, but the thing is, this isn't about that. So we've weaned out the bad, and it's all good now. It's all positive and it's great. And I'd like to let you know that actually I've made some big steps this week myself for the camp, for parents, for transparency and opening the courts, ending forced adoption. I've put some plans in place for these guys, and they're meeting some important people next week, you know, where things can actually get changed. Publicity will happen, you know, so if you're feeling that maybe you're a bit doubtful, that's fine. Of course you'll be doubtful, maybe, you know, but please just hold on in there, because believe me, there's moves being made, and they'll all become clear. It'll all come out, believe me, you know, because these men aren't there in the freezing, plummeting weathers for nothing. Believe me, we're all aware of the, you know, how difficult it is to get legal representation in these sort of situations from people that aren't actually involved, or, you know, where the system isn't actually feeding itself. And it's difficult. It's very difficult. I was lucky, but it's difficult. It really is. You know, and there's parents that are a lot less able to fight their causes. Parents that will be told that they are bad parents and believe it, and they're not. There are parents that are bad parents. You know, some can be helped, some are just bad. But this is the point. I don't feel that I should be tarred with a brush of a child abuse when I'm not. I don't feel that anyone should. I don't feel that anyone shouldn't be given the tools that they should have to fight the system either, to get their children home. I don't think the name social services, keeping families together on their logo is the right logo. I think it's social services destroying families for years should be the logo, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on. These people take their jobs above and beyond any job, you know. I mean, come on, I mean, there's been a job's worth and there's been taking the absolute pee, really, to be honest, and these people go above and beyond. We all know that, you know. But why does this happen? This is what we've got to ask ourselves. We've got to ask ourselves why this is so secret, you know, because this forced adoption in a Western civilised country is just not acceptable anymore, and this is the point. So we all have to fight together. There's been so many parents come together over this that have never come together before, or maybe would never have done so. I've heard so many parents say, you know, I just thought, oh, I'm going to go. Instead of spending Christmas somewhere, I'm going to go there, you know, spend it with people that understand. And that's great. That's great. And I'm so glad that such support has been given. But I can't ask you enough, people, to actually come down and support these guys, because believe me, it's a difficult thing staying there, especially with the negativity that has shrouded it for only about a week, and it's been dealt with. And I'm so pleased to tell you that it's a very positive, lovely place to be. I feel really comfortable with these people, and I feel like these people have got our best interests at heart. In fact, I know they have. And I know moves are being made, so please, you don't have to take my word for it, but just stay tuned, because you'll find out. And I'd just like to say Happy New Year to my little girl Ellie, because I said I would and I haven't yet. Mummy's been really busy trying to, you know, do what Mummy said she'd do since you've been gone, baby girl. And we'll do it, babe, we will. You know, and I'm not going to shove this down your throat when you come back to me, but I'd like you to be proud of what I've done to change this, because it's not nice, it's not good enough. It certainly isn't good enough. And you should never have been taken away. And I should never be missing you like this. And our family should never be missing you like this. Come on, guys, think of this. Your mums, your dads, the aunties, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers. What the hell do these people think they're playing at? To give these children to strangers? And for what? For what exactly? Is it a possession these people want? What is it? Because they all want children that aren't scarred from abuse, etc. Well, that's what adoption's for. That is what adoption, I always thought, as a child, was for children that were abused, that needed homes, needed new parents, not for children that don't, not for children that are loved and cared for. Come on. I mean, come on, what is happening here when that is the situation, that children that are being abused are being left at home to be abused, killed even, and the children that are healthy and happy are being removed, unbeknown to the people that are removing them, thinking they're healthy and happy, or will sell them on, or whatever they do, unbeknown to them. The children aren't going to come to you as happy as you damn well think they are. Think about that. Think about it. You can't take a child from a happy situation, put them in with strangers and expect them to remain happy. It doesn't happen like that. Maybe it will do eventually, but it doesn't happen like that. The people that got my little girl, one of the comments on one of their statements after they had her was, "We don't know what we can do for this little girl. She's deeply traumatised since she came here." You know, and she's not the happy, bubbly little girl we met at first. Well, she wouldn't be. She wouldn't be. She doesn't know you. She didn't know you. She may well do now, but she didn't know you. So what did you expect? Don't, you know, and then the next word, you know, we don't know how much we can do for this little girl. What a statement that is. Well, you know, you should never have gone into adoption. That's what. But, you know, at the end of the day, I will be expecting a very decent upbringing for my little girl, because, you know, that's the only way forward for you right now, believe me. And one day she will come back to me, because she's mine, and she'll know that, and she'll be a fighter just like her mummy. So anyway, yeah, so any parents that can get down to the Royal Court to support these heroes, you know, and even for a couple of hours, it brightens their day, it makes it worthwhile for them. To be out there in such plummeting weather, in such situations, is so difficult. And, you know, just that little bit of support shown means so much more than you can imagine. Yeah, and also I'd like to just hit on the fact that I've heard a lot more about the common law people, and it's a bit shocking. The cases that went into the common law for children, 75 in one case, the local authority were found guilty. All the parents, 75 cases, were found innocent, vindicated. Do you know why? A, the woman doing the case was drunk. B, it was held in a clubhouse. C, the only reason they were all found guilty, the local authorities, because they didn't show up. And also the orders that are allegedly to be enforced for these children to come home have been given to the police and been given and sent to Theresa May. And would you believe, people? They've been ignored. Yeah, that's right, ignored. So I feel extremely sorry now for people that have been led down the garden path by this stupidity. And also would like to say that I watched a video, and this was a man, John something. I think it was called The Illusion. I'm not 100% sure, I have to get back to you. But he actually was a supporter and founder of, you know, like a movement behind common law for 20 years. This man died, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. And someone told me to watch the video. I went to watch this video, The Illusion, maybe it's not that, I don't know, I'll check. But whatever it was, I went to watch it, and next to it was a video from this man 3 weeks before he passed away, right? And he actually stated clearly, 20 years he'd been promoting, backing, you know, basically telling common law to people, you know, getting followings, etc. And he actually said very clearly he wishes he'd never ever done it because it made so much trouble for him and for other people that was unnecessary because it never ever done anything but bad. Okay, so everyone that follows this, please heed my advice. Okay, walk away. We need you behind us, not behind that. Because at the end of the day, I'm so sorry if you've gone to these hearings, if you've been vindicated and, you know, your children aren't coming home through that. Please understand that. And please understand that when a man who's been following and promoting, you know, and basically has a huge following behind him, where common law is concerned, for 20 years, turns and says that 3 weeks before he dies, I wish I'd never done this. I wish it is a terrible, terrible thing. You've got to listen to this man, because this man, the video he's done, I think Illusion, is something that people, you know, that they believe in, seriously believe in. But yet, for him to suggest that actually he wishes he'd never, ever, ever done this, it has caused nothing but problems for him and many, many hundreds and thousands of others. For him to say that, people, you must sit and listen, you must. I'm not trying to preach, and I'm not trying to sound like Billy Big whatever's, you know, I'm trying to tell you the truth. I'm trying to make you realise the only way to deal with this system and beat this system is to pick at this system properly. You know, when you're diverting over to common law and we're dealing with it this way, and then there's parents fighting, bickering between each other, it's never ever going to get us anywhere. We have to sit and realise this, okay? So thank you, like I say, to the people that have supported me throughout, and thank you to the people that have actually come back to me and realised I'm not the person that I've been portrayed as, but I do fully understand the way that you may all have perceived what was being said. That's fine, okay? But we've all made mistakes and we can all move on, and that's great. That's great. It's when people can't move on and they feel that they need to pick and bully at people that there is a problem. But, you know, the truth always comes out eventually. Now, the truth is that secrecy in these family courts is not actually getting changed, but people like Mark and Roland are the beginning of what I can see as the end, yeah? The beginning of the end of the family court secrecy, because it's becoming very apparent now to a lot of people that it isn't all that it sounds, you know. It's not always in the interest of the children anymore. And all we can do is actually back these men, because this is the best campaign that I've definitely seen in this time that I've been involved in family law and social services. And the amount of parents that have come and turned up, you know, has been it's been amazing compared to any other campaign that I've known about. So yeah, basically, you're not being asked to stay overnight. It's very difficult conditions, but if you can spend any time, or overnight, you know, any time to come down and cheer up these men's days, and, you know, please carry on following us. We have the page RCJ, Camp for Justice 2018. It will be 2019 soon. End secrecy in the family court and stop forced adoption. It has a purple border around the photograph, which has quite a few of the camp members on it. This is the official page. There is a page that's mocking this, of course, which is Camp for Justice 2018. That page will be shut down in about 6 days' time, as far as I'm aware, 5 days possibly, you know. And there isn't anything that's official on there, anything to do with the Royal Court and the campaign any longer. The only thing on there is a photograph, which unfortunately could not be removed. So yeah, this was for personal gain for this person to have a platform to bully, basically. So we've managed to sort of shut down as much as we can of that. So yeah, please click on the page on Facebook, and I'll see you soon. But yeah, so I'm just saying thank you to Roland and Mark yet again, and everybody else that joined me and that's joined these fellows, these guys down at the Royal Court of Justice in London. Thank you. United we stand, united we will win, and I believe that's true. Thank you. Bye-bye.